Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Power Wash Simulator. Oh, snap! It wasn't, it wasn't, it wasn't a vehicle at all. Saw that coming. We're pretty far away from the town, pretty far away from the volcano. I see the gnome. I see him right there. We're far out in the middle of nothing. Wait, did you crash? Is that what this is? This big, long segment. Wow, I could walk pretty far down here. Now, they don't usually let me walk this far. Hello, Mr. Nomi. There's got to be some sort of achievement for finding all these guys. You're coming with. All right, let's get started. I don't think this will. I don't think this one will take too long. And again, I don't know. We might have a lot of tight spots. Do we get to go into space if I do this? I tell you what, since the Artemis 2 launched the other day, I have just been putting up with a ton of headache on like threads everywhere else on the internet. All of these conspiracy theorists who don't believe the world is round, don't believe space is real, don't believe we ever really went to the moon. And some people like believe that in their heart of hearts. I mean, hardcore believe all of that conspiracy nonsense. And there are people, I've heard people say, well, we went to the moon, just not when they said we did. Like we were trying to beat the Russians, so they filmed it and yada yada, but we did eventually go. They just didn't record it. Like I've heard everything you could possibly imagine. And out of all these conspiracies, like I think aliens are probably the more fun and possibly harmless. I guess no conspiracy is completely harmless, but like aliens are fun. It's fun to think about like cartoony media aliens with the little green bobbly heads and their flying saucers. It makes for good sci-fi. Um, I the more that I learn about everything online, the more it's starting to look like panspermia is probably how we ended up here. Because I think it's looking like the building blocks for life as we know it here on Earth are universal because we're finding meteors and asteroids and things that contain all of the, DNA building blocks and I'm speaking from layman's terms. I don't have all the particulars. I could be explaining this wrong, but it's like the universe is a big, melting pot with all sorts of things going everywhere all over all at once. Um, and it's funny too, because we as humans have existed just for literally a blink of an eye in the grand scheme of Earth. So if aliens had ever really realistically had ever visited Earth, they probably would have visited during a time where there was just no life, or maybe it would have been ancient life. I don't know. I like watching a lot of the space videos on YouTube and science related things. I like to learn. But the more I learn, the more I realize we don't know as much as we think we do. And it's funny because textbooks are constantly being rewritten as we learn new things. And I like that, but I don't think humans keep up quite so well because we become less receptive to new information the older we get. We get older, we get kind of set in our ways, stuck in our ways, and we don't like change. We don't like hearing about stuff, not being as we thought it was when we were growing up. Like humans do very poorly with that kind of thing. Um, I don't know. Humans are just annoying. Annoying. But I like aliens. I think aliens are harmless fun. Unless you get some cult who's like, we're going to all drink the Kool-Aid and there's a spaceship behind that asteroid that's visiting right now. Yeah, that can be a problem. Those instances are pretty dangerous, I will admit. But I don't know. I've decided in my own personal life that I'm going to take a step back from the internet and not be as perpetually online as I've been for the past handful of years. I don't know how much more I could take of like the news, and every day I wake up and it's like, well, what now? And it's like all of these conspiracy theories. I keep seeing posts and I'm like, I can't take much more of it. So I've decided for my own mentals, I'm going to take a little bit of a step back. I think I'm just going to keep my streaming stuff running and maybe my Instagram and delete literally everything else. That and like that, I mean everything. Shopping apps too. I think it might be time to say goodbye to. I think it might be time to say goodbye to having 1,000 apps on the phone. And it's funny because sometimes I'll see these posts online that say, Gen Z and Alpha and yada yada yada. They're going back to basics. I saw one the other day that said that now the youngsters have gone back to using wired earbuds because they like the sound quality better and it's more reliable than all of the Bluetooth earbuds. And they're going back to using cassette tapes and older technology from when we were kids. And good for them. It's not sustainable. It's like when records made a comeback and everybody was like it's super into vinyl for no real reason. You do you. Yeah, I was telling Tyler that this morning. I've decided to take a bigger step back from the internet, so I'm deleting a lot of my social media accounts and just I'm deciding to permanently walk away from the stress and the fatigue of it all. Um, and I honestly recommend everybody do the same because I think we're all just perpetually, permanently online, and I think it might be better if we walk away from that. So I'm still going to do my streaming stuff, but I think I'm going to slowly start just being more present in the real world and less present online. I don't know. All this could change tomorrow. I could flip flop tomorrow. I don't know. But right now, I feel the need and the call to kind of unplug. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. I think what did it for me were all of like the space deniers. I think that was my final tipping point. Watching all of these people on threads and Facebook, all of the first of all the AI stuff's getting on my last nerve. Every time I watch a heartwarming video, turns out it's AI. I watch something funny, it's AI. It's just it's stupid. and I'm over it. I'm so over it. Um, but for me, I think my final like nail in the coffin was the whole space denying bullshit. Like people are watching all of the videos from the astronauts saying, "Well, why isn't this floating? Why isn't this nailed down? Is that a cup of water sitting there?" I can't anymore with these people. I can't. I can't. I won't. I can't. I won't. I can't. I won't. I can't. I won't. I won't. I can't. I can't. I won't. I can't. Yeah, they're supposed to be I don't know if they're like doing a hard reset or a soft reboot, but they're supposed to be bringing the X Files back. I don't know if it'll be any good, but I'll always be on board with some X Files. Sometimes when I think about aliens, though, I will spook myself out, especially if it's like late at night and I'm watching a YouTube video about aliens, the Fermi paradox, anything like that. And I'm like, what if aliens visited and they just materialized in my room? I think I'd die of a heart attack. I think I'd die of an old man heart attack. The sudden like shock of it all would probably be too much for me. Um, do you think if aliens visited today, it would be like a peaceful exchange of cultural ideas and information and stuff, or do you think because America, we'd blow them the fuck up, or at least try, and then they would like be super superior to us and be able to like blow it off like it's nothing and protect themselves by killing us all? you know, you know. I don't have to say anything. You get it. Humans. All I have to do is just say humans, and you get it. I tell you what's a really funny movie is Mars Attacks. Oh, that movie is a hoot. If you guys haven't seen Mars Attacks, go watch Mars Attacks. That's how the aliens sound. It is a trip. And a lot of actors in it too. A lot of celebrity A-listers of their day. It's a pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. I feel a breeze. I have all my windows open. I guess we'll get to watch this take off too as soon as we finish it. Can you take me with you? Earth is kind of a bust. Oh, I've wanted to leave Earth since I was a little kid. I want to explore other planets. I want to explore the universe, but I don't think humans are going to last long enough to reach that point. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't. I think we'll kill ourselves long before we become like intergalactic, uh, you know, space travelers. You barely get to the moon and back as it is. We sent a rocket around the moon, and most of the people on the internet are like, "It's fake. It's fake." Stupid, 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 stupid. You think space is fake and that everything, like everything's not a conspiracy, god damn it. We went through this after 9/11. Like, you think the government is some sort of all powerful, entity that controls every little thing? They can barely keep things running. You think they're competent enough to have all of these like uber mega conspiracies? And like when I've been arguing with Tyler about it, and he's like, "Well, most conspiracies turn out to be true anymore. We owe these people an apology." And he cites like the Epstein files and stuff. Yeah, sometimes a conspiracy can be true. I never said it couldn't. But god damn it, space is not fake. We went to the moon. The earth is not flat. They're contrails, not chemtrails. Condensation. That's my favorite. That's my favorite picture I have stored on my phone. It's just a black image with white text, and it says everything's a conspiracy when you don't know how anything works. It's true. It's true. We went through this after 9/11. We went through this with the pandemic and the vaccines. We went through it with the election results. The last hand, like we went through this with President Bush and Al Gore with the whole Florida recount thing. We went through it with Hillary Clinton and Trump, and it's just. Aliens, can I please go with you? Remember, sometimes I might bitch and complain while playing a video game, but I'm a kind-hearted person that loves nature and animals, and I'd never harm another living thing. I mean, when I catch bugs and put them outside, for Christ's sake, um, please take me, please. Can I just like take me and my friends? I guess I should say. Take us to a beautiful planet somewhere where we're like the only humans and we don't have to deal with bullshit. Of course, I guess we'd kind of be shooting ourselves in the foot, because what if we needed a tooth pulled, or what if we had appendicitis? I guess we'd be right fucked, wouldn't we? Like, that's the downside to living like on a deserted island by yourself, is that if you ever find yourself in trouble medically, you're just kind of screwed. Unfortunately. But this is way more thorough of a job than I thought it was going to be. There's all of the little nooks and crannies and crevices. Okay. Nothing I can't handle. We're a pro at this point, aren't we, guys? No dirt gets past mine eyes. I see it all. I see it all. I do think it's funny that most of the time, aliens are portrayed in the media, since I was a kid at least. They're either the bobbly head kind or insects. Always insects. I think about the space pirates with Metroid, or insect insects from things like Invincible or Rick and Morty. Those come to mind. Why is it always insects? Starship Troopers. I think the funniest thing is old Star Trek. Anytime they needed an alien race, their answer was just glue some silly shit to their face. Alien. Although, in the more grand scheme of the universe, I think in the Star Trek story, there was one race originally that populated the universe. So they kind of had like a primordial soup, and all life kind of sprang from that. So they kind of used genetic manipulation to create all of the various alien races. If I'm remembering that correctly, I don't remember which series that was. I want to say it could have been Next Gen, but I'm thinking it could have been. It could have just as easily been Deep Space Nine or Voyager or something. But I remember that distinctly. They all met and they all got a good talking to. The alien is like, "We created all the races. Your petty squabbling is nonsense. You're all just siblings fighting with one another." Of course, you look at humans, they're all the same species and they can't stand each other just because they might have some visual differences or cultural differences. So, 92%. This was a quick job. This is a real quick job. Too quick. Now I'm suspicious. You know what I haven't done that we need to do? And I should have done it earlier. We're this late in the game and I still haven't looked to see if we bought every upgrade possible. It's one of the things I've been real bad about to this playthrough is not looking at our upgrades and shops. Do that here in just a second. Let's see. Shop. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Nope, nope. See, we've not gotten every little piece of this. Really? Oh, I missed the whole outside of this one. Whoops. Uh-oh. My bad. How did I miss this entire area over here? Good Lord. I'm terrible. Hmm. Where else? Where else? Where else? Where else? Where else? Where else? All the pinging at 99%. All the pinging at 99%. Come on. Saw some over here. No, I may have hit that already. Okay. Here we go. Where, oh, where could my little dirt specks be? Oh, where could they be? Would you guys be willing to just pick everything up and move tomorrow to another planet in another solar system, maybe even another galaxy? Just move completely away from home, leave everything you've ever known behind. Would you be willing to do that? I think I would. I mean, it's you'd have an issue with like leaving behind your family and friends and stuff, but like the opportunity, you know what I mean? Think about that. Okay. Yes, yep. They got the opportunity. I need my little stool. Is my little step stool over here? I need it. I need something. No, no. Just the ladders then? Okay. I understand. These legs are tricky. This little area right here is pretty tricky too. Where else? Where else? Where else? I saw you. There we go. I was like, I know I saw dirt. I know I saw it. It's tricky. All up in that nook and crevice. Be on the other side. Dirt. Hang on. Hold up. I know what I saw. You're going with them. It's you're going, Mr. Gnome. You're going. Okay. What part of it am I not cleaning? What part of it have I missed? I bet it's from the top down. Betcha, betcha, betcha. Yep. Yep. I see it. I see the dirt. Okay. That's going to mean moving you here and being able to climb up. Yep. See, the thing is, the ladder's in the way, though. Like, I don't have anywhere else I can put it that's going to, where she's not going to be in the way. Really? I knew that little thing wasn't finished. Landing gear. Okay. Oh. Oh. That'd be something up top. Maybe not. Oh, see a whole ass area. Well, now how does this work? I cleaned it. I cleaned the whole thing. Ow. Ow. The what? The what? Oh. Boy. You're gonna be that way about it, huh? Where's the dirt? Like hello? I've washed the whole thing. The whole thing is mother you bitch. There. The what? It just leaves one little thing. I think it might be up. No, this thing here. Oh snap! Whoa! They did too. They took the gnome with them. Unless he got flung out somewhere. It did fling my ladder over there. You know what? I think they took Mr. Gnome with them. Because I didn't see him anywhere. Bye, I guess. Systems are fully operational. Spectral analysis reveals a trace mineral with unusual properties. There's not enough time between now and the eruption to fix things here, but we've got a lead that might help us solve things in the past. You'll know we were successful if you ever see us again. You'll know we weren't if Rushless explodes and the skies go dark for 20 years. Thank you again, Power Wash Services. Jesus Christ. Okay, so they're going to go into the past and try to fix the volcano issue? Clean the Lost City Palace. Oh boy, somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. Okay. According to the walkthrough I looked up, that's literally the last stage of the game. So I do want to do a few other DLC campaigns before that. So you'll see me back here next time, but it won't be to clean the Lost Palace just yet. Just yet. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I will see you back here next time, or who knows what we'll clean. Maybe we'll get the aliens to take us to Mars. See you, folks.